He was untouchable, a music mogul with platinum hits, million-dollar mansions, and an empire built on fame and fear. But on a cold Manhattan morning, everything changed. Inside a federal courtroom, a single brown folder carried by Judge Kaplan didn't just contain paper. It carried the weight of a crumbling legacy. And what was inside? It was worse than anyone expected. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear may forever change the way you look at... It started like any other hearing. Diddy, dressed in beige, entered just after 2 p.m. Only this time, fewer family members were present. Just two sons, Christian and Justin. No Quincy, no daughters. The room felt different. Quiet, tense, like the air itself knew something was about to crack. A court clerk recalled, the air hung thick with something darker than usual. The lights buzzed too loud. Even the coffee smelled burnt. Then the judge walked in, not with his usual composed demeanor, but clutching a folder like it was radioactive. No markings, no red tape, just wear and fear, and the entire industry he ruled. Judge Kaplan called it a pre-trial update, but everyone in that room knew it was a warning shot. Inside the folder, handwritten notes, crude diagrams, a survivor's truth, raw and bleeding. Cassie's journal, no ghostwriter, no polish, just pain. She described freak-offs with mirrored walls, music warped through hidden speakers, and hallways that led to secret clinics, not metaphors, blueprints. And then came the floor plans. Rooms not listed in property records, passages to places that weren't supposed to exist. The defense team fought hard to keep what came next buried, but the judge allowed it. 3 monitors rolled in, the lights dimmed. No more words, no more denials, just footage. Cassie, barefoot, hoodie on, walked fast, looking back. Then Diddy appeared, not rushing, not yelling, just inevitable. A backhand. She hit the wall. Another hit. She dropped. He adjusted his jacket and walked away. No sound. But jurors gasped. One clutched her mouth. Another rubbed his palms against his pants like he couldn't wash away what he saw. And Diddy? He didn't flinch. He just stared ahead. The footage shook the room, but the next revelation shattered it. Motion 12G. A new witness came forward, someone from the inside, and they brought receipts, medical records, cash-only billing from anonymous clinics, envelopes marked with dates just days after Diddy's wildest parties. One line item stood out. Emergency Intervention Service, $15,000, 3:47 a.m. No diagnosis, no hospital listed, just pain, buried under NDAs and paid in full. Defense lawyers whispered, panicked. Diddy shifted in his seat. For the first time, he wasn't in control. Then, the real bomb dropped. A clerk was sent to Vault Room C, a place where evidence went to disappear. Inside, guest lists, flight manifests, private rosters from weekends at Diddy's compounds, names, big ones, famous authors, CEOs, motivational speakers. Some names were scribbled halfway, just initials, but recognizable enough to destroy careers. This wasn't just Diddy. This was a network, mutual blackmail, shared secrets. Parties that were really pipelines. A system built not on art, but exploitation. When the prosecution brought up how contracts were signed under the influence, how guests weren't allowed to leave, the defense tried to pivot. They called it a swinger lifestyle, consensual, alternative, private fun, but the prosecutor leaned into the mic. Would you call an environment where you're told what to consume, who to touch, and when to leave under threat of harm consensual? The room froze. No one answered. The silence said everything. Judge Kaplan had heard enough, but he didn't just speak about Diddy. He spoke about systems, how fame had been weaponized, how silence was bought like currency, how success was used to bury sin. Success doesn't erase violence, he said, doesn't scrub out cruelty, doesn't bleach away the rot. This wasn't just a man on trial, it was the industry itself. We don't yet have a final verdict, but we already have a truth. No matter what the sentence is, The real punishment has already begun. Memory is leaking into the music, the interviews, the legacy. What was once hidden is now known, and there's no scrubbing that out. Diddy's empire isn't collapsing because of one mistake. It's falling because the silence stopped working. There's a file marked Archive Unsealed. And once that folder opened, this story became more than just one man. If you're still watching, that means this story matters to you. So hit that subscribe button. We're not done yet. Because this trial isn't just about justice, it's about accountability in the shadows of power. What happens next? We'll be watching, and we'll be telling it.